Hello viewers, glad to have you on this edition of the Grill News Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television. Top stories. Maxitin technology equips inmates in Borno State with digital skills. Pastor Adeboye donates food items, other supplies to inmates in Port Harcourt. And on sports, AFCON 2025, Nigeria in Group C to face Tunisia, Uganda and Tanzania. I am Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Fidelis Stephen Daliop. We'll be right back. Stay glued. The Maxitin Technology Borno State branch has promised to equip inmates in Borno State Command with essential digital skills. The Executive Secretary of the group, Mustapha N., disclosed this when they paid a courtesy visit to the State Controller of Corrections, Ibrahim Bawa, in his office at the state headquarters, Maiduguri. According to the report filed in by the Command's Public Relations Officer, Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Adamu Balatilza, the Maxitin Secretary said the skills the inmates will acquire will not only empower them to reintegrate to the society successfully, but will also prepare them for the increasing demand of digital world. The State Controller, in his response, applauded the group for their initiative and assured them of his unwavering support for the actuality of the initiative. The Regional Director of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMSI, Mrs. Shimbura Cordelia Umadi, has sought for collaboration and partnership with the Nigerian Correctional Service to advance national identity enrollment. Mrs. Umadi stated this when she paid a courtesy visit to the Oyo State Command Controller of Corrections, Jayeoba Babafemi, in his office at Ibadan to explore strategies to ensure that both staff and inmates are registered under the National Identity Database. While applauding the Regional Director and her team, Babafemi stressed the need for NIMSI to conduct on-site registration at custodial centers to ensure that all inmates are enrolled into the National Identity Database. This, he said, will enhance risk assessments and the classification of inmates into risky categories. The Controller of Corrections Taraba State Command, M.M. Haruna, has implored the support of the National Youth Service Scheme to send medical practitioners to serve in various custodial centers in the state. Haruna made this appeal when he visited NYSC Taraba State Director, Mr. Ella Ali Williams, in his office. The Command's Public Relations Officer reported that the visit was to strengthen the relationship between the two agencies and to seek support in the posting of medical personnel, especially the medium security custodial center, Jalingo. Mr. Williams, in his response, promised the controller of his allegiance and support. If you are just joining us, you are watching the News Grill Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television. We'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The Acting Executive Secretary of Rivers State Contributory Health Protection Program, Dr. Betty Agala, has called for a public-private partnership with the Nigerian Correctional Service to enroll inmates and neighboring residents into the Rivers State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme under the Ministry of Health. Dr. Agala made this call when she paid a visit to the Controller of Corrections Rivers State Command, Felix Madumere, in his office at Port Harcourt. During the visit, Agala highlighted the goal of partnering with the Nigerian Correctional Service to enroll inmates and neighboring residents in Rivers into the scheme. She said the social health insurance scheme is designed to provide affordable and accessible healthcare services with costs covered by a common pool of funds. The State Controller expressed his appreciation for the visit and assured Dr. Agala of his commitment to escalating the proposal to the national headquarters for consideration. Still in Rivers State Command, it was a remarkable day as the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, accompanied by his team, led an outreach program for maximum security Custodial Center, Port Harcourt, to fellowship with inmates, donated food items and other supplies to the facility. The visit was a moment of renewed hope for the inmates, who expressed overwhelming excitement for the opportunity to worship God alongside the General Overseer. The State Controller of Corrections, Felix Madumere, and the officer in charge of the facility, Emmanuel Otegbola, applauded the General Overseer for spending time with the inmates. In a bid to give the Nigerian Correctional Service a positive image, the new officer in charge of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Shendam, in Plateau State, Chief Superintendent of Corrections, Kasam Lengun Nentok, has given the facility a new look. The facility, which was built in 1949, has long been a landmark in the community, and it stands as a symbol of hope and progress. Speaking on his motivation for embarking on the project, Nentok emphasized the strategic location of the facility and its importance to the community. The officer in charge also said the renovation was a selfless step towards repositioning the service in line with the vision of the Acting Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Nwakuche. Many view the upgrade as a facelift for the service and in line with the mandate of the service of providing decent accommodation for human containment of inmates. Areas covered with renovation include the perimeter fence, gate lodge, the quarter guard, as a significant improvement to the custodial center, enhancing security and selfless effort. On sport, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been drawn in Group C alongside Tunisia, Uganda and Tanzania ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON. The draw, which was held in Rabat, revealed a competitive lineup for the tournament, with the host nation Morocco placed in Group A alongside Mali, Zambia and Comoros, while Cote d'Ivoire are in Group F along with Cameroon, Gabon and Mozambique. The 2025 AFCON will kick off on December 21st, 2025, with group stage matches running until December 31st, including the 25th of December. At this juncture, we draw the curtains of the Grill News Bulletin as written and compiled by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Franka Awa, and edited by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Solomon Njua. See you in the next edition for more updates. Subscribe, comment, like, and share our social media handles showing on your screen. I am Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Fidelis Stephen Daliop. Bye for now.